Hi, and welcome to another tech tip video on Ansys Mechanical. For this video, I'm going to be going over two different methods that you can use to do bolt pretensioning. In my last video, I did a bolt pretensioning on a solid body, and you're familiar with that on the left side. Here's a bolt assembly. For this video, I'm going to be going over line bodies and how they can be used to do bolt pretensioning. Now you might be wondering, why do I want to do a line body over a solid body? Well, the solid body is going to be more accurate. It's going to have a full mesh that's going to give us better results, but it requires more computation time because of the amount of elements and nodes that you're going to have. For a line body, you don't have as many element and nodes, and you have very similar results. Here I'm showing you the equivalent stress for bolt pretensioning on all three different methods, and they look quite similar. So the line body is going to require less computation time. It's going to require less resources, and that's the advantage of using a line body. You might have an assembly full of bolts, maybe 100 of them, and you might want to try to cut down on that computation time, and this is a method to do that. So let's get to it. I'm going to go over the first method. I'm going to open up this assembly in SpaceClaim. Now the goal is for us to extract our line body, which is going to be the bolt threaded region. How can we do this? Well, SpaceClaim gives us a lot of neat features and tools. I'm going to use the split body feature. I'm going to select this bolt over here, and the next step is to select how do I want to cut it. I'm going to select the top of this washer, and then SpaceClaim is going to ask me, well, what do you want to remove? I've split this solid body in into two different bodies. So I'm going to select the top one. Let's see here, delete this top one, and now that's gone. I'm going to go back to selecting the body I want to split up, and then it's going to ask me, well, which region do you want to cut it by? I'll use the washer again, and then I'm going to delete that bottom. Now I'm going to delete this nut over here. And with that, I have a solid body that represents a rod. The next step is to extract a line body out of that rod. And with the click of a button, that solid body has now become a line body. Now for the second method, I'm just going to remove this hardware completely because the second method is actually done in Ansys Mechanical, which you will see later. We no longer need this nut either. Okay. And that's going to import and look a little something like this. So the way to connect our line body to our model is going to be through connections. We're going to have to use joints to do this. So I'm going to create a new joint. It's going to be a fixed joint. I'm going to select this vertex, the top of that line body. The next selection, I'm going to select the surface of this washer. This can be quite tedious. I'm going to make another video that's going to go over how to use the object generator to automate this process for us. So let's say we have 20 line bodies. We can automate 20 joints for us, 20 fixed joints. So the next step here, I'm going to make this surface deformable. I'm going to go over that in another video I'm going to make on my recommendations for using line bodies as bolt pretensions. Now the next step is a pinball region. What that's going to do is it's going to allow me to type in a number, or rather like a radius of how far along I want the elements on this washer to connect to this vertex. I'm going to want to copy the diameter of the top of my bolt head, which is about 0.3375 radius. So let's type 0.375 as a radius. And you can see a preview of that pinball region here. That's going to make sense once I solve it. I'll go over that. And let's insert another fixed joint. Oh, it's being inserted to my selection over there. I don't want that. Let's insert another fixed joint. Let's select this vertex. Select the top of this washer. You gotta make sure your selection filters are properly set so you can select these surfaces or vertexes. Let's make this contact deformable. And once again, I'm going to type in the radius of my bolt head, which is 0.375. So that completes the first method of setting up a bolt pretension on a line body. The other method is quite more simpler and easy. I'm going to make sure my surface selection is set on. I'm going to hold the control button. I'm going to select the two surfaces I want to create a bolt in between. I'm going to right click on connections and insert a beam. It's going to be circular by default, and the radius is going to be 125 for a 1/2 inch size bolt. Now I'm going to have the behavior on the top surface of this washer to be deformable. Same pinball region. I'm going to do the same for the bottom. I'm going to make sure the bottom surface is deformable. I'm going to add the same pinball region. And I've set up two different methods to set a bolt pretension, two different line body methods. And the next step is to apply a bolt pretension. So you could right click on static structural, insert, and add a bolt pretension. And over here I have the line body already selected, so the bolt pretension is set on this line body. And to do it on the beam, it's a little tricky. You're going to have to change the scoping method over to beam connections, and then it's going to allow you to search and find that beam that you created. So one disadvantage with using the beam method is you can't use object generators to automate this process. Whereas if we had some name selections, we can actually automate and create with the object generator a bunch of line body bolt pretensions here. I'm going to be going over that in a future video. So let's solve this. And there you have it. That's two different methods besides using a solid body to do bolt pretensioning.